I have adorable Rosie here. This is Rosie. She's darling, and she is at Camp Callahan this week, and so we're going to do a little bit of training. As far as I know, the only thing she knows is sit, and so we're gonna, I just wanted to, I think it's very realistic if I show you what it's actually like when you start from scratch. So we're gonna check out her sit and then see if we can work on touch and spin, which are the other pretty easy things to do. So let's see what happens. Sit. Yes. Good girl. Sit. Yes. I'm ignoring her jumping up, and I'm praising what she's doing right. Sit. Yes. I'm only saying the cue one time. Sit. Yes. Good girl. Okay, so that's pretty good. So she does know her sit. Now I'm going to lure a spin, which means you use a treat to lure her into the right position. I'm not going to call it spin because she doesn't know what that is. Ready? Here we go. Let's see if you can do it. Yes! Good girl. Okay, so she's easy to lure. Let's try it again. Yes! So, because I know that I can get her to do the behavior, I'm actually going to call it that. I'm going to call it spin so that her brain associates the correct movement with the cue that I'm using. Ready? Spin. Yes! What a good girl. Spin. Yes! What a good girl. I'll get it back up so you can see it. Spin. Yes! Good girl. We'll do it one more time. Spin. Yes! Rosie is very food motivated, which makes this much easier when you have a dog who absolutely loves treats. So now we're going to try touch, which is also easy to teach, and their confidence gets built if you give them something that's easy for them to learn and an easy way for them to earn some lovely treats. Okay, let's try touch. I'm going to put a treat in my right hand, hold it out to her and say touch. She's probably going to go for it and touch her nose to my hand, which is the behavior we're looking for. If she does that easily, I'm going to take my empty hand and put it out and ask her to touch it and quickly give her a treat from the other hand. So here we go. Let's give it a try. Rosie. Yes. Okay, so it is easy to get her to do it. Rosie, so I'm going to use the cue. Touch. Yes. Now I'm going to have the treat in the left hand that say touch. She did it, but she gets a treat really quickly from the other hand. So that helps her learn to touch the empty hand. Touch. Yes. And then she gets the treat from the left hand. Touch. Yes. Now, one thing that I'm not doing is, it's easy when you teach this trick to move your hand to her nose because you want her to succeed. You don't want to do that. You want to actually have her do the behavior, which is bonking your hand with her nose. So let's try it again. Touch. Yes. Good girl. Okay, let's try spin again. Spin. Yes. Sit. Yes. Good girl. So I'm not repeating the cue because we don't want to be those parents who are like, clean up your room, clean up your room, clean up your room, clean up your room, and they don't, and they learn to just ignore you. So you want to say it one time and establish that that's how it works. You say it one time, they listen, and then it's their opportunity to get a treat. They need to do it the first time. So if they don't do it the first time, you reset, you go away, you do something else, then you ask for it again only one time. I'm sorry, you give them a prompt. So you ask for the behavior like sit. If they don't do it, she did it as I said that. You ask for the behavior verbally. If they don't do it, you give them a prompt. You give them a hand signal or a prompt. You give them your hand signal for sit might be this. For most people, it's this. And if they don't do it with that hand signal, then you can lure it with a prompt, with a piece of the treat in your hand if you need to use that to get the body in position. So it's a three-step thing. You say the cue, didn't get it, do the hand signal. Didn't get it, lure it with your treat. But what you don't want to do is say sit, 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 and have her not paying attention to you because that sets up a dynamic that we don't want, a pattern that we don't want.